just being tormented. Just being tormented. Help me. Nobody really seems to care. Nobody really seems to care. Help me. Just being tormented. Hello, today is March 6th, 2018, and the time is 3:17 p.m. Thought I'd just do a quick update. I missed the court date last Friday, and it was for the Queen's Bench sentencing appeal. And in my absence, they adjourned it until the summer. It was to be spoken to, and basically the Queen's Bench sentencing appeal judge said that the Court of Appeal needs to be dealt with, and they can deal with the sentencing if needed. So my case is being reviewed with legal aid for merit. I spoke to the lawyer briefly. Apparently there was some miscommunication somewhere along the way, and yeah, she's just assessing it for merit. And long story short, it was a short conversation, but I'd asked if she had all the transcripts needed. She said she didn't have any of the transcripts. I said, how can you include merit for an appeal process by simply looking at the rulings? For anyone who doesn't understand appeal processes, appeals are based on what's called judicial error, and basically, in very simple layman's terms, if the judge made a mistake with the application of law or evidence. And in order to see if the judge had erred with, for example, evidence, which includes testimony. Basically, that's my case is based on is testimonies of the two officers. One of the officers is no longer an officer. And I suppose my testimony, although I didn't use any of my testimony in the closing summations of the trial proper, I only relied on the two officers' testimonies, the Crown Prosecutor's witnesses, because their own testimonies say that I'm not guilty, as well as they weren't in the performance of their duties, etc. So I said to her, the problem is everyone is accepting what the trial judge said as factual, as proper, which is wrong. People put too much faith and believe that someone in a position of a judge is being accurate and truthful. Now, I'm not saying all judges in all cases are corrupt and wrongfully done, but when the evidence shows one thing and we have a conclusion that is blatantly obvious to be wrong, then there's something really wrong. So now I wait. I wait for another assessment. And keep in mind, a few years ago, there was a lawyer who assessed it, who found merit to my appeal. So why they need another assessment is beyond me. But it really shows how the system pushes poor people into a corner where they can't defend themselves. All the money in the world, yes, everything would be wrapped up. But the system is not geared to actually help people. If you can't afford the appeal process, then too bad, you're guilty. My case is now going into its 5th year, and I really didn't make it easy for anyone to convict me. This is the only reason why it's dragging on this long. Today I was speaking with someone and they said, well, you know, if you would have completed your sentencing and everything last winter, it would have all been over. Well, no, because the appeal process would still be moving forward, and I would have been incarcerated for part of that time. said this could have been over for me back in November of 2013 when the first plea deal was offered. I refused all plea deals over the years. I think there was 3 of them. There would have been no conviction, no jail, no nothing. I would have had to have done a pile of community service work and apologize for something that I did not do. And if I would have apologized, it would have also been accepting guilt for the whole backstory that the female and the 2 officers created. So there was a lot more than just saying sorry for something I didn't do. There's a whole pile of stuff that I would have been saying sorry for. And if I did, it would have been over in 2013. This is what happens when the wrong of the human gene pool obtains positions of authority. And this has nothing to do with race, either of the 2 only genders, age, or social status. And I've said this many times. The biggest problem the human species faces throughout history and to this day are busybodies. And some of them become glorified busybodies, making uninformed conclusions, imposing their own bias, etc. And this is how we see innocent lives destroyed. Add in ego to that, and it's a cocktail for disaster. And these type of people breed, and they multiply, become the majority, and look at the world today. This is very hard on me. It's very mentally challenging. Sometimes I just want to scream, jump out of my skin. Haven't slept in years since all this in my life began. And when I do sleep, it's nightmares. Nobody really seems to care. Just being tormented year after year. Month after month, day after day, hour after hour, minute after minute. And I've said before, my case, there's an opportunity with my case to show people exactly how every day innocent people are convicted. whether it be from a minor infraction to a serious crime. Innocent people are convicted every day. And this applies to the villainization of men, for example, in family court. Everything connects together. People become desensitized. And the nobility of the past is today's quote-unquote professional. And to become a professional, one of the characteristics is to be able to, for example, distance yourself from a client or a patient or the person that you're dealing with. Not to have any emotional attachment. And this is a trait of a sociopath. Psychopaths even thrown out there. I've said this before, and this is based on observation and researching history. What we are experiencing today is the very same previous civilizations experienced prior to their demise. And we are beyond the point of no return for repair. I just want to get on with my life, move forward. My life's been on hold for 5 years now. I can't do anything that I want to do. I can't even get a job. I've been living off the kindness of others. And it's really pushing the limits of my inner strength. And I'm very grateful to everyone for their support. But as long as this matter continues and they keep pushing, I will continue doing what I'm doing. Once it's over, I want to be able to put all this behind me and just move on with my life. I wait for that day.